getting chilly. Please put this on. Please.
Roger, why? Why are you doing this?
I don't know. Strange, isn't it?
Why did you stop?
I'm gonna make us some tea.
Roger.
Holly, come on. I'm a married man.
That never stopped you before.
Well, it sure as hell should have.
That's it? It's that simple? You're a married man?
I can't!
But why?
Maybe I'm just not such a monster.
Are you trying to prove something to me?
And to me, too.
What do you want?
I guess I want a life, Holly.
You mean that?
What?
It's like Costa Verde. Only different.
What is?
You look so vulnerable. Like it matters what I think.
Oh, Holly. It always mattered.
I remember one time it didn't.
And that defines us, doesn't it? That night, it's like there was nothing before it or after it.
What do you expect?
Nothing. But don't you ever wish we could let it go? This is nuts, Holly. You want to go back to the hotel?
No. Forget it. It's over. All right, what happened? Why did you ever want to marry me?
I loved you.
Did you really?
As much as I could love anybody. I thought, you know, I had this idea of how it could be.
Didn't work out according to your plans, huh?
I wanted you to...
I married you, Roger. Wasn't that enough?
Oh, but see, listen to the way you say that. Did you hear that? Like it was a burden that you took on? Like it was something you had to make the best of?
That's not the way it was. At least I was there.
Were you?
You know I was.
Oh, yeah, you showed up, but...
But what?
Okay. You remember our honeymoon. Do you remember what you said?
Sure, we said a lot of things.
Except one. Do you remember what you said when I asked if you loved me?
It's kind of a crazy question to ask me when we were on our honeymoon.
Right, okay. But do you remember what you said?
No.
Okay. You said, I can't look at it that way.
I don't remember that. I guess I was just trying to be honest.
I didn't need honesty. I needed words, you know? I mean, I needed you to take me around. I needed to feel that you were there for me somehow, you know? And when you said that, it's just like...
So then you shut down and got angry. Well, how was I supposed to know that? I mean, you didn't tell me that. You just... Is that all it would have taken? Is that what you're saying?
No.
You needed the words.
No, I needed a lot.
And I didn't provide it.
It's not like that. I'm not blaming you. And nothing excuses what happened.
But you know, I just didn't know it. I never saw that.
Oh, Holly, there's nothing you could have done. It got to the point where I wouldn't tell you anything, not even the smallest thing. It's almost like I would lie for the sake of lying. Just not a thing you could have done. I just never felt like I was enough.
Roger, I married you. I was married to Ed and I had an affair with you. Didn't that tell you anything?
Yeah, told me you were passionate and that we were passionate together. But I tell you that I never, ever felt like you respected me. Either as your husband, as a man.
You were never there.
Oh, I was there. But, no, I mean, I was very stupid. And I had this, this real idea of being out there in the marketplace and going out there and making a big success of myself and making you proud of me and fix everything,
And what about all those late nights with all those other women? Never mind, I don't want to know.
That was lousy. That was all terrible. You're right. But I'm telling you, it was all part of the same thing. The need to get ahead, need to use whoever I could. Had nothing to do with them.
Had to do with you.
And you. I wanted to bring it all home to you on a silver platter, baby.
And then what? Then what would happen?
Then you talk to me.
What?
You'd tell me that it was enough. That I was enough. You'd tell me something.
I've talked to you, Roger. I've told you things all the time.
That was fighting. It's not talking. That was how I would find out that I'd messed up.
And you want to jump into bed and fix things.
But, I couldn't feel like the fights are the only thing that defined us. That we, it had to be something more than what was coming down with all those fights.
I couldn't do it. Not after fighting. And it was like the anger was a turn-on for you.
Well, maybe that was part of it.
But that was sick. Can't you see that? I couldn't respond.
I'm not saying you should have. All I'm saying is I didn't know what to do. I would come home at night and I'd take one look at your face and I'd say, okay, something's wrong. Now, let's see if I can figure this out. What do I do? What do I say? What have I done? What can I do to make this woman smile? Just didn't know what to do.
Why didn't you ask me?
Why didn't you tell me?
I couldn't. I didn't know myself. I want you to tell me the truth. I know you have ideas about what was going to be or what should have been, but forget all that. Just, do you think it could have worked for us? What?
It's the first time you said us.
Answer me.
I was crazy about you, Hal. And I was totally nuts about our daughter.
But could it have worked?
That's what breaks my heart.
I was watching you the other day at the convention, and I suddenly noticed that you have gray hair. What's even sillier is how it surprised me.
It's kind of hard to miss.
But when I think of you and me, I see us back then. It was like I suddenly realized.
What? That we're old?
No, that we were so young. I mean, Blake is older now than we ever were. I didn't have a clue, Roger. I was just blowing in the wind. I wasn't in touch with my feelings. I couldn't have made you happy. I wasn't happy. God knows how I ever raised our daughter.
Don't do that to yourself. You did better with her than anybody could have. Come on, I never gave you a chance. I just took and took like she was my prize. Like I won something if I took her from you. I never gave you a chance. Listen. It sounds so pathetic after all these years, but I am so sorry. So sorry for all of it. What?
It could have worked. I mean, we weren't stupid. It could have worked.
Oh, Holly.
Don't be so nice to me. You don't know what I almost did.
Oh, you didn't almost do anything. I wouldn't have hurt you.
Wait a minute. Do you see this? If I thought you were going to hurt me, if you even looked like you were going to hurt me, I was going to pay you back for what you did to me. I think I even wanted you to give me the excuse to use this.
I understand. Listen to me. I did that to you. I put that fear and that hatred in you. It was me. And I'm sorry. I'm just so sorry.
What am I going to do? I've hated you for so many years. I feel empty now.
Oh. Maybe we're just not so lost anymore.
I don't want to argue about
Oh,
this.
that's why you come barging in here?
I just want this to stop. I want you to leave him alone.
Who? Who are we talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking
I have
about.
no idea who you're talking about.
The flood in Daniel's apartment. That was very stupid and very childish. Has it gotten this bad, Roger? Is this what we're resorting to now?
I don't have any idea what you're talking about. I haven't been near the guy's apartment.
Never mind. I didn't expect you to admit it. Just listen. This has got to stop. Daniel has bought his way into WSPR. That's done. Finished. Nothing you can do will change that.
That remains to be seen.
He doesn't deserve this, Roger. He's a decent guy.
Spare me.
You've got to stop harassing him, stop phoning his apartment at all hours of the night, and stop trying to poison me against him.
Hey, now wait, that's merely pointing out the obvious. As for these other little pranks,
Why can't you just leave him out of it? If you want to pick a fight, come at me.
Is your boy doctor upset?
No.
Because, you know, if he has problems, Holly, they're his problems. I mean, why is he sending you to fight his battles?
He's not sending me.
I'm trying to protect him. Is that what you're doing? It's very touching. Does he have a delicate nervous system or something?
Just leave him alone. You just can't stand being beaten, can you?
Oh, please.
I know what this is all about. You're carrying on some vendetta against him.
Hey, I'm sorry. Look, I don't hate Daniel. I'm sorry, but I don't. What he did was business. I may not like it, but I understand it.
Oh, I bet you do.
See, I don't waste time hating people who pull off good business deals.
Even at your expense.
Even at my expense.
I don't believe you. You hate Billy Lewis. You hate Alexandra.
You see, that was personal. They humiliated me in public. Yes, I hope that there is a special corner in hell reserved just for them.
I kind of doubt you're going to wait until the hereafter. When you hate somebody, you go after them here and now.
Why don't you just beat it?
Don't tell me that you don't have something against Daniel.
I don't waste my time on vengeance.
You have made a career out of driving people nuts.
Some of you do just fine on your own.
Oh, and it's always so devious. You won't come after me. You use Daniel, all the while you're being all sweetness and light at the station. I don't believe I almost fell for it again.
What?
The other day, we're working. I'm thinking I can work with you. I think
We
maybe
can
there's
work
a
together.
decent
We do
bone
work
in your body.
together.
No, because you're doing it again.
What am I
don't know
doing?
what you're
I'm
doing,
trying to
but
be reasonable.
You're trying to get to me. You're trying to throw me off my guard. Well, it's not going to work. I'm not going to let you get to me. I hate you.
I know. Holly, don't make this any harder on yourself. Come on. We can work together. We are working. I thought things were going pretty well.
The best that I can expect is that we will survive. Look, there's no point in going through this again. Just lay off.
Holly, I'm not doing anything.
Stop harassing him or I'm going to call the police. My purse or my car keys.
Mom.
Blake. I'm sorry. What can I say? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry about tonight, last night, and last year, and the year before that.
Ross, do you mind? Would you give us a minute?
Sure. I'll be inside.
A minute? For what?
To talk.
What can we talk about in a minute?
You're right, it's pointless.
Oh, I'll give it a shot if you'll give it a shot.
You and Daddy.
I lied. I didn't tell you the whole truth.
I'd like to hear it.
The minute version?
Don't joke about this, Mom.
What else can I do? What else should I do? Suffer? I don't think that would be very wise for me at the moment.
What about me?
Oh, come on, please. Don't make me pay for it tonight.
Mom, I'm not gonna make you pay for it. I have to know. Was Daddy telling the truth? Did you sleep with him again? Mom, I have to know. Will you tell me, please? Did you sleep with him?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
You slept with my father. How did it happen?
How? I don't know. It was a night on the mountain. It was one of those surreal nights. You know, it was all so crazy. He saved our lives. He was a hero. You should have seen him. Even the hate he's always had for Ed just slipped away. And then it was all over, and we were left alone, and, well, neither one of us were in any shape to drive, so...
You stay behind?
Mm-hmm. And he was so vulnerable, so sweet, really, and he needed someone.
You? He needed you?
Yes, I guess you're right. Nothing has ever been simple for your father and me, but that night, it was. He needed me, and I needed something. So we made love, and
what were you thinking, Mom? I mean, there had to be a part of you that considered getting back together.
I wasn't thinking. I wasn't. No, but I should have. I should have. Because I forgot that the whole past 20 years of my life has been one sustained effort to try and put some distance between the two of us. Because when we get together, something happens. And I just don't want it in my life anymore. It scares me.
It's okay, Mom. It's gonna be okay.
What's the matter?
It's just tonight. It just brought it all back.
What?
You and Daddy. Fighting. It's just like when I was a kid. I used to sit up in my room and I would, I could hear you downstairs just yelling at each other and the doors slamming and the cars screeching out of the driveway, and I would just sit there and I'd pull the covers up over my head and I would just start shaking.
You were so young, I didn't...
What?
I didn't think you were aware of so much.
I was there, Mom. How could I not? I saw, I heard.
But you didn't say no.
No, I just kind of buried it deep inside of me. The shrinks were all unanimous in calling it deep denial. I was real good at that.
Did you understand why we fought?
Well, it mostly had to do with Ed, didn't it? That's been going on forever.
It was more complicated than that.
How?
I don't mean to whitewash myself, but I think there were always two Rogers, you know, one very sweet, very vulnerable, very sensitive, loving me, and the other that he hated himself, and so he hated anyone who loved him.
Why?
I don't know. But I wasn't perfect, and I couldn't fix things. I couldn't make him happy, and I would disappoint him. He would grab at me, and I would retreat, and that's when it would start, and this violence.
Is that what happened when he raped you?
Yeah. And I've always been trying to ward that off, you know, not flip the switch. But I suppose so much time has gone by, I forgot. I just thought, I forgot what always happens when we get together.
You know, I always believed that if you let Daddy get close to you again, everything would work out for all of us.
Do you still believe that?
No. I remember after all the fights, you would call out for Ed. You'd sit in your room and you'd be crying. I remember that.
Ed was always there for me. He would always stand up to Roger.
Blake, honey, I need a little time alone with your mom, okay?
Sure.
I'm so sorry about tonight.
It's okay.
Another fine mess. It's not funny.
No.
Thank God for you.
Honey, don't thank God for me. Because next time I'm not going to be there for you.
I was ashamed. I'd done something I knew wasn't very smart, and I just couldn't face it. Anyway, the next morning, I told him it was just one of those things and it wasn't going to happen again, so I thought we'd settled it. You know, I'd handled the whole thing, but you know Roger, you know him better than anybody.
So after all these years, you thought that you could handle Roger?
Oh, please don't do this. Don't treat me like I'm some pariah that should have a red letter on my chest. Do you want me to feel any worse?
Stop it.
What?
It's not 20 years ago.
So?
And I can't tell you how to feel. I can't tell you what to do or what not to do. You are a grown woman, and you've got to make your own decisions.
I know that. But you're my friend. You're even more than that. Or are you going to pretend that you don't have other feelings for me about this?
Oh. Of course I have feelings for you. But this makes me want to drink. And if I started to drink now, I wouldn't be able to stop until I was dead.
I'm an alcoholic.
But you don't need a drink. You don't.
Honey, I need a drink right now. I need a drink tonight, and what you've got to understand is all these years I have had to learn how to be. I've had to be so smart at knowing what buttons I can allow to be pushed and what can't be pushed. In the last couple of weeks, see, I've stopped being smart, and all of a sudden I'm back 15 or 20 years ago.
What can I do? Tell me.
It's done. It's already been done. It was done years ago, the first time you saw Roger. You're like a drug to him. You're in his system. You are in his blood, and he can't get you out. You're an obsession. And you have never learned how to push him away.
I've tried.
But you can't do it. And every time you do try, he just grabs on harder and drags you down. And then, see, I'm supposed to just stand here and watch, and that's what I can't do anymore. See, that's what I'm telling you. I can't stand around and watch you drown because for a long time, for such a long time, I was in love with you. And it scared me. Because it was like there was no bottom to my life. You know, it was like I was just free-falling in space, and I didn't care if I ever crashed to Earth because it was such a wonderful feeling.
What happened?
Things. Real life happened. I changed. I had to. No one could stay that way. I had to make my life count.
Loving me didn't count.
I couldn't go on loving you, Holly. You were too dangerous for me.
But you made a good marriage then.
I made a marriage. At least I tried to, and then love gradually seemed to be something more like a safe harbor than a active volcano.
But that's what loving you was like for me.
And then there was Michelle, and for a short time, it's like I had everything. I had my safe harbor, and I got to look like a big shot in my little girl's eyes. And see, I can still try for that, but I have to work at that. I have to concentrate on that.
But that's better. I saw the way she looked at you the other night. It's better.
And so what happened tonight, Holly, can never happen again, because I can't afford to feel that rage. Because that puts everything that I have left at risk. That puts my sanity, it puts my sobriety, it puts my feelings for my little girl. All of that is at risk, and she's all I've got now. And I'm not going to screw it up, and I'm not saying it's your fault, because it's not. It's nothing that you have done, but you... Roger brings out the very worst in me. And you set him off, and then he sets me off, and then I want to kill him. And I'm telling you this because I have to. It's for myself. And if I seem selfish, it's because I am a survivor, just like Roger, and you can't ever count on me again, because you are too dangerous for me. You see, it doesn't matter to me why you slept with Roger again. For some reason, it just matters that you did.